leftover ramen that we got last night. Ooh, spicy. So we just left Trader Joe's and they had Girl Scout cookies at the front. We got 2 boxes. Nigel loves the Samoas. That's great. Nigel got Samoas and then I love the s'mores cookies. Yay! It is 12:30 in the afternoon. We're about to walk Lacey in a couple minutes, but I think that's pretty much all we have planned until we have dinner later. Today is our 12-year anniversary and Nigel's taking me out for dinner, so that's not going to be until later. I'm going to try to like not eat anything too big, maybe just snack, but I'm going to make a matcha because I need some caffeine. I bought this big pack of matcha powder from Costco. It was only like $20 for this really big pack. Before this brand, I was using JAVY from Amazon. That one you can tell is like a lot better in quality, but this one still tastes really good. I think for this one, I'm gonna give her a quick brush because she's shedding a lot. Spent about 20 minutes brushing her and she's still shedding a lot, as you can see. I think she's trying to shed her winter coat. I think that's why she's been shedding so much. So if you guys ever think about getting a corgi, just know that they shed a lot, but I think they're still worth it.
My lips are hella chapped, bro. Why don't you say anything?
Hey, shut up.
Oh, sorry.
Different setting. This is a whole different day. For the vlog that you've just been watching, I did try to film like a get ready with me talking about the move, but I just ended up not liking the footage. I was kind of just like distracted and couldn't multitask getting ready and talking about. But as you can see, we are in our new apartment, and I know I haven't posted any videos or anything in a while. I did post on Instagram that we have moved. Yeah, I kind of just wanted to talk about our moving experience and kind of go through the different apartments that we toured, just because I feel like if you are someone who is interested in moving in this area or someone who already lives in the area and have always been curious about this part of Seattle, then I feel like this will be a good reference for you. Before we start, as you guys know, we were previously living in a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom apartment with my sister and her boyfriend. We were there for about 2 years and our lease had ended in February. We decided that we weren't going to renew the lease, me and Nigel at least, because the main reason was because I actually started working from home back in November. My desk setup was in the living room because it wouldn't fit in our bedroom. I just didn't want to be cooped up in my bedroom all day long during work. So I was working from home in the living room, and it kind of wasn't ideal because I would get distracted very easily because my sister, she had weekdays off. It would just be very distracting when she had to like use the kitchen or anything like that. I knew that it was time for us to just find our own place so that we could have our own space and our own privacy. And as sad as I am to move and be away from my sister again, it is nice that me and Nigel can have our own place now. I'm very, very thankful for that apartment. It was a good first apartment. It was a really good experience living with my sister because I feel like our relationship really, really did get better when we moved in together. I always wanted to keep where we lived private just because, you know, for safety reasons. I just wanted to be transparent with like our moving experience, and I'm gonna name like the prices of everything. So obviously I live in Seattle, as you guys know. Specifically, I live in West Seattle. I've lived here since I was 12, so more than like 15 years now. Like I went to high school here. We just like never left. I just really love this area. We were contemplating on staying here or moving to a different city where we work because we actually commute out of Seattle for work, or at least I used to because I work from home now, but Nigel, he has to commute to work. We told ourselves, okay, we're gonna try to find a place in West Seattle, and then if we don't have any luck, then we'll look in the other city because West Seattle is known to be a very expensive place to live in, which is one of the reasons why we had contemplated staying here or not. So let's just get down to the details. For budgeting, we wanted to keep our limit for the rent price, and just the rent price, so not including like utilities or anything like that. We wanted to keep it to $1,800. Knowing this area, it's really, really hard to find a 1-bedroom, 1-bath that'll fit like all of your needs and check everything on your checklist in that price range. Obviously, we wanted at least a 1-bedroom, 1-bath. 2-bedroom would have been really, really great because I could have used like the second bedroom as like an office for my desks and my work from home area. But we already knew that we probably wouldn't be able to afford it. 1-bedroom, 1-bath. And then some of the things on our checklist that were kind of like our deal breakers that we had to have in the apartment were storage. Even if the apartment was small, if there was like a ton of storage space and closet space, then we could have made it work, just because I have a lot of stuff, Nigel has a lot of stuff. Like a studio or like an apartment that didn't have a lot of space would just not work for us. And then second, we needed a washer and dryer. That's kind of just like our preference. This kind of ties into storage, but the size and like square footage of the apartment, we would need a lot of space to accommodate my workspace. Wanted the neighborhood to be very walkable because I walk Lacey almost every day, either before work or during my lunch break. I want to feel safe and comfortable walking in the area, you know. So we toured 4 apartments until we found this place, and I'm going to go through each of them. So this first apartment we had really, really high hopes for. Based on the listing that we saw online, it checked off every box on our checklist. It was the biggest apartment that we toured out of all the 4. I think it was around 760 square foot or something like that. It had a ton of storage, it had a walk-in closet, it had a washer and dryer. The neighborhood was pretty walkable and felt pretty safe. It was a little outdated, which we don't mind having an outdated apartment as long as like the vibe of the apartment was all right. Right off the bat, it was giving off a bad first impression. When we got there, the door was locked and there was like no way for us to buzz or call like the office or anything. Like there was no option. So I called the leasing manager. He didn't pick up the 2 times that I called, so we were just like, okay, what do we do? And then the maintenance guy actually came and he opened the door for us, so we were just like standing in like this lobby area. I don't know if you would even consider it a lobby area, but it was like completely trashed. There was like newspapers on the ground, the walls and the floors were dirty, and it just smelled disgusting. It smelled like cigarette smoke and like weed. And then finally the leasing manager found us. We sat down and he was like, okay, what are you guys looking for? We told him that we were interested in the 1-bedroom plus den unit, which we saw online. And this is why we were so excited for it, because it was a decent price. I think it was around $1,765 for a 1-bedroom plus den. As we were walking there, it was very loud in the hallways. We could just hear like kids screaming and like parents yelling at their kids. And it just, like I said, smelled really bad. We got on the elevator and the elevator was freaking disgusting. Like it was like, there was like stains everywhere. There was like garbage. And then we finally got to the apartment and he warned us that the apartment was in the middle of being like cleaned out and everything. I was not expecting what it looked like. It was completely trashed, you guys. Like you'll see in the video, there was like just garbage everywhere and everything like that. So touring the apartment, I did like the hardwood floors. He said it was like brand new. The paint looked pretty new too. It was a little bit on the older side, so like the countertops and like the finishes and stuff weren't super new, but like I said, we didn't really mind that too much. But there was like tape and like paint everywhere. The kitchen was a good decent size, a lot of storage. And then there was like a whole separate closet for like the washer and dryer, which was nice. And the living area was really, really nice. It was very, very spacious. And it is a ground floor apartment. The bedroom was a decent size. And like I said, there was a walk-in closet. This is the only apartment we toured that had a walk-in closet. And then it was a ground floor unit. The back patio area was nice to have because we could just let Lacey out to go potty. And it would just be really easy for us to do that. So everything about this apartment checked off everything on our list. It was really nice and we loved like the den and the extra storage and the walk-in closet. But it was just like the whole vibe of the apartment and the first impression that we got, like just walking through the hallways and like hearing how loud it was and just like how it smelled. I told Nigel after we were done touring that I would be embarrassed to bring like visitors or guests over because of like just the smell and like the vibe of it alone. Even after touring that, we still contemplated like just keeping it as an option, but you know, obviously we were just kind of disappointed and kind of let down by it. And then the next apartment that we toured was a little bit better. It was very, very similar to our apartment that we were sharing with my sister, garden style apartment. This one, I think price was $17.95 for 650 square feet. So it was a little bit smaller as far as like the whole vibe of like the apartment area. I really did love the amenities. They had like a hot tub, a pool, a sauna. The apartment itself was just okay. It was a little smaller than we would like. So it did have like this whole separate dining area, which we knew that if we did get this apartment, we probably wouldn't use it as a dining area and would probably use it for my work space just because the living room and the bedroom was so small. And then for the bedroom was super tiny and the closet was very small too. So there just wasn't too much space or storage for us when it came to this apartment. So this one was a maybe. It was also the most expensive apartment that we toured. This next apartment was the smallest one and the least expensive. It was only 500 square foot, I believe, and the rent was $15.95. Had everything on our checklist as far as having a washer and dryer and having a safe and walkable neighborhood. The only thing that made it like a no for us was just the size of it. Obviously, 500 square foot is pretty small for 2 people and a dog. This apartment was definitely better for just a single person or a couple that didn't have too much stuff and just were very minimalistic, which is definitely not me and Nigel. It was very, very nice because it had all brand new appliances, new flooring, new paint, but there was like absolutely no storage space whatsoever. The closet in the bedroom was very, very small. Like even if I was just living there by myself, I don't think I would be able to fit all of my stuff in there. There was no extra closet space, like no coat closet, no like pantry, nothing. So that kind of was like the deal breaker for this apartment, unfortunately, as much as like we liked everything else about it. The very last apartment that we toured, which is the one that we ended up choosing, we're very hesitant about it because the apartment is located in what is kind of considered the downtown area of West Seattle. So it's just surrounded by like a bunch of grocery stores, shops. I saw the listing. It said that they had apartments going from the 1600 to 1700 range, which I thought was too good to be true. So I was emailing the leasing agent and I asked her, like, are these apartments MFTE? And if you guys don't know what MFTE is, it's this program. I don't know if it's just in Washington or if it's like the whole US, but MFTE is a program for pretty much like not low income, but they kind of take a look at your yearly income. And if you are like in the middle range, I think like 60 to 70K a year, and you're like a single household, then you qualify for MFTE, which you pretty much can get like a very good price on like rent and stuff. Me and Nigel don't qualify for MFTE with our incomes together, so I wanted to make sure that we weren't touring this apartment and wasting our time. So when I asked her like, is this just MFTE, she was like, no, we do have MFT units in this apartment, but we actually don't have any available. So I asked her like, oh, so the apartments that you have listed for 1700, is that like accurate? And I didn't get a response, so I I was like, okay, we're probably gonna go in there and they're gonna tell us the rent is like over our budget, so let's just prepare ourselves. Right off the bat, when we got to the apartment building, we were just like, oh my gosh, like it would be so nice to live here because it's literally across the street from like a bunch of grocery stores. It's a very, very, very dog friendly area. Like it's surrounded by a bunch of people just walking their dogs. So this area was just incredible. So we were already like trying not to get our hopes up. We already were getting like this nice vibe from the lobby and everything. It kind of just felt like we were like in a hotel. And then we were waiting for our leasing agent. And he was very, very nice and super informative. He sat us down. He was like, okay, what are you guys looking for? What's your price range? And we told him, so we did see listings for 1700. Is that accurate? He was like, yeah, we do have units in that price range. There's 4 available right now. And he let us tour all 4 of them. So the one that we chose is the first one that we toured. And it was the biggest unit at 712 square foot. And the rent price was $16.95. Right when we walked in, I immediately got that feeling like, okay, this is the one. Like, this is the apartment we've been looking for. The price is just almost unbelievable. The layout of all of the apartments that we toured were pretty much all the same. They're very like rectangular and they're all open bedroom concept. What I mean by that, if you don't know what open bedroom concept is pretty much like a studio, because I think in Seattle, if the bedroom does not have a window, it can't be considered as an actual bedroom. You'll see here, this is our bedroom right here. So it is completely closed off, like there are sliding doors and stuff, but from the top, you can see it doesn't connect all the way to the ceiling. So I think that is why it's called like an open bedroom concept. Not necessarily a studio, even though I think it's technically a studio because there's no window in our bedroom, but it's still a really good size for being a bedroom, and it's completely separated from the living room, so I wouldn't consider it a studio. I'm just like rambling a lot. All the units were pretty much the same concept, same open 1 bedroom and same layout. The only difference is, so this is the biggest one that we toured. The other big one was only, I think, 690 square foot or something like that, so not too much of a size difference. The second one did not have a balcony like this one does. The last 2 apartment units were exactly the same as these ones, except they were smaller. I think they were 612 square foot or something like that, so a lot smaller. They were like around the same price point, and I think the reason why this unit, even though it was the biggest one, it was still on the cheaper end, is because it was the only unit that had carpet. So like obviously you can see we have carpet. It would have been nice to have like the hardwood or laminate flooring because I think it looks more aesthetically pleasing, but having carpet is not a deal breaker for us. Like we really don't mind it, and Lacey actually prefers carpet because she loves to like roll around in carpet and stuff. The price also was determined by your view. So our view, we have like the apartment next door. We have a view of like their side, like we could see like through their windows, but thankfully majority of the windows that we see in the other apartment, their blinds are always down. We still have like a little bit of privacy, and we also have a little bit of a view of like the street area, and you can see a little bit of downtown Seattle. If you look super far away, you can see it, so that's like nice, especially like during the nighttime you can see like all the city lights and stuff. So I feel like our view is pretty nice. That's how we chose this apartment. I'm really excited about it. We've been here for about a month now and I'm in love with it. Is it perfect? No. Even though I don't really mind the whole open bedroom concept, I do prefer the whole like traditional layout of an apartment. If we ever do decide to move out here in a couple years, I think I would prefer to find something like that. I'm not going to do a tour of this apartment just yet because I know this video is probably going to be lengthy already, but you'll see in my upcoming vlogs like the whole apartment layout because it is like still kind of small, so you'll be able to see like in the background and stuff. But I'll give you guys kind of like a 360, I guess. So I'm in the living room right now. This is our bedroom right here, and then our kitchen. It's a galley style kitchen, which is pretty much like a kitchen in a hallway, which does sound a little bit weird, but I guess a lot of apartments nowadays are like that. I'm really excited to share the apartment with you guys. If you have any questions or anything, feel free to leave a comment below. And I hope that this was very informative for you guys if you do ever plan on thinking about moving to this area. Nice area with a bunch of like shops and restaurants and stuff like that. Like me and Nigel have tried so many different new restaurants since we've moved here, and it's just been really nice. So that is pretty much that. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in my next vlog. Bye.